the chances that I missed. Some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist. I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today. Times gone by, I've traded like dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One street over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Good morning. This is 1100 WSG. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and yeah, this is One Street Over. What's going on One Street Over from where you living? Oh, as Mayor Vogel likes to say, we get to work and live in Robeson County, so it is a beautiful, very good, awesome morning, and welcome to it. This morning, we're going to be hearing from city management of Springfield. Normally, we have Ron Martin come in, but he has another appointment this morning. So he is sending in our public affairs coordinator, Zachary Clark, and the assistant city manager, Candace Tillman. They're both going to be coming in here about 7:30 to give us a account of the mayor and alderman meeting that happened last night. Up until that point, we're going to kind of go through some of the things going on around the community. We haven't done that in a while, so just some things that I want to, just kind of point out. One of the first things as a teacher, I want to encourage you to get involved in your school activities. If you have an opportunity to get out and support these kids in sports, it's just, I was talking to Dr. Weeks the other day, and we were talking about his calendar and how full it is. And pretty much during school, there's probably two different places, two to four different places he needs to be any evening. I kind of think he said 4, especially during sports season and those types of things. But from events to, to athletic competitions with all the schools across the county, just, 4 or 5 things he could be doing every day. And he tries to get to a couple of them. Super busy as an administrator. And so our principals, our administrators at Greenbrier, they, try to, somebody, get into a game, trying to do those kinds of things. But there's nothing like having people in the stands supporting you and cheering for you and encouraging you. And it's something that I have to, stay on myself to try to get out there and do. And it's hard because it gets so busy, and our schedules get so full. And I've got grandkids. I've got my 5th one on the way. So you just try to do the best you can. But anytime that you can step out and go and support our kiddos, please do that. It means the world to them. If you got your Connection newspaper, and if you don't subscribe to this, do that. It is so nice. I know this is old school stuff with newspapers and those kinds of things. I do most of my reading digitally now, but I still love that tangible feel of a newspaper. My husband's one of those that will sit down and he'll go through every page of it. But it's something that the kids just like, okay, for the Springfield football team, they're on the cover of the Robeson County Football Preview that's inside this publication. That's keepsake. I still have scrapbooks. When we went through my mom and dad's home last year, I found all kinds of clippings from when I played basketball, and it's just one of those things. You don't have that now, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun to see those things. I'm not sure we didn't just. Are we still on? I thought we had a little power pop there for a second. Things went dark and then they came back on, but I guess we're okay. Mr. Paul Rainey will let me know if we're having any issues, but I think we're good. But we appreciate you joining us on social media. We remind you, just kind of chasing a rabbit here, to follow the radio station. If you're one of my followers and you're used to seeing it originate on my page, it does not anymore. They're trying to increase the followers for the radio station, and that's fine. And so we share it from the radio station page, but we encourage you to follow WSGI. And by doing that, whenever we sign on with the show, you're going to get a notification. You won't get that as a follower of my page right now because the show, it has to originate. I've been trying. If you're a social media guru and you know how to fix that to where I can connect to another live stream and it will alert my followers, that'd be super awesome. But I'm still trying to figure all that out. But with that said, what we're talking about is just the importance of really supporting these kiddos locally. When you go to a game and the stands are not, occupied, it's hard on those kiddos. They're putting their heart and soul into it. I know as somebody that, I speak and I, work with the praise and worship band at Epiphany, and you feed off of the audience, and you can do it with a small crowd, but there's just nothing like having a packed house when you're trying to make a speech or you're trying to lead worship, because there's just power in numbers. And what is it they call it? I forget how many people are on a football field, but we used to have the 13th player. Is that what it was? And it was we had stickers. I know the year that my middle kiddo, the one that went in the military, that, we were trying so hard to save their season, and it was it was a rough year. And I had stickers made that said the 13th player or something like that, because the stands can always impact what's going on out there on the field. So in the connection this week, if you get your paper, I got mine out of the box last night, and I just thought, I want to talk about this stuff. There were several things in the connection that I wanted to cover. And you've got the Robertson County football preview, so that is awesome. And with that said, too, let's not forget, we've got, for fall sports, we've got volleyball, we've got girls soccer, we've got cross country. What am I missing? Golf. Golf is going on. Yes, the Rainies will tell me golf. Their grandson's playing golf. And so I think I've got it. So I got football, I've got cross country, golf, volleyball, and girls soccer. And if I'm missing one, somebody give me a shout out. But I think that's the fall sports that we have going on. So there's a lot of opportunity to get out there and support your favorite team. And even if you don't have kids out there, if you don't have grandkids out there, come on, because you'll have a lot of fun, and you've got that. One of the best memories I have over the last few years is my husband was coaching over at Coopertown Middle School when he first started teaching, and neither one of us are doing any coaching this year because because of the grandkids. I mean, we're just too busy with grands, so we're not going to do any coaching. But we went. He was coaching over at Coopertown Middle School football for a little bit, and I had the opportunity to go and watch a game. And I guess it was probably up at I guess it was at Joe Burns. I forget where exactly we were, but we were playing, and there were tobacco barns off in the distance, smoking, and it was just that kind of fun fall moment. And it was just cool. It was just Robertson County to the core. And so you've got those tobacco barns smoking, and football starting to happen. We had jamborees last weekend. You've got actual season kickoffs, I think, this weekend for the most part. I think pretty much everybody's kicking off their season Friday night. So there's going to be a lot of football around Robertson County and in Middle Tennessee. So please get out and support these kiddos. Volleyball, I know there's been pretty much volleyball season. Girls soccer kicked off this week. Golf has been in session a couple of weeks now, I think, that they've had their season going. And then cross country, I know far as, as Greenbrier goes, the cross country kiddos will get out there for their first meet, first week of September, I think. So get out and support our kiddos. We've also got things like we're going to be doing a talent show at Greenbrier. And if you hear events like that, go and see what's going on. The talent in our schools, well, band too. I don't want to forget to mention band. I was talking to Mr. Martin, our band director, phenomenal band that we have at Greenbrier. And they are embarking on the busiest 11 weeks of the year for band competitions. And the reason why I know that is they have recruited my senior, we call it my senior news anchor, to be in the band. And I'm excited because I love seeing the kids just kind of broaden their horizons and get involved in so many other things. But he said before, whenever he recruited him, he says, you do understand the next 11 weeks are going to be crazy. And so the band kids, the band families, oh my goodness, the competitions y'all go to that are all day and they're not necessarily in the neighborhood and you have to travel and do all the things, it is a lot. The band kids were actually out on the practice field is right in behind my classroom. And so I saw the band kids out practicing, and it's a little warm out there, but they're doing great. Oh, and we saw where our basketball team has been selected. We have a new basketball coach at Greenbrier, and they put out that roster yesterday. So congratulations to those kiddos. And a lot of kids are finding out, did you make the basketball team? Did you, all these. So just really excited for the kids as they're getting into the 25-26 school year. It's going to be a great one here in Robertson County. Kind of jumping from the school stuff, like I said, we're waiting for the public affairs coordinator, Zachary Clark. He's newly hired. He's fairly new at the job, so we're going to get to meet him. And then assistant city manager Candace Tillman, they will be in here momentarily, and we'll get to talk to them about all the things that happened at the mayor and alderman meeting last night. Brian Martin, our city manager, had a appointment that he had to keep this morning that was just unavoidable. But on the note of being involved with the kiddos in school, it's just kind of transition from school stuff. And I'm not going to talk politics, but I do want you to know that they do have, we have a special election coming up because Representative Mark Green is resigning, stepping down. And so they're going to do a candidates forum here locally. And this is going to be at their Reagan Day dinner for the Robertson County Republican Party. And so if you want to know more about the folks that are raising their hands saying, hey, I'd like to go to Washington, this is an opportunity to do that. This is on August 28th. The doors are going to open at 5 o'clock. So this is just next week, guys. The candidates will be there that are going to be vying for the position of filling the seat in the House of Representatives that Dr. Mark Green is vacating. So a very good opportunity to see who all is going to be running and what's going to happen there. I know that, this is when you have to have these special elections, it's really hard because people are not anticipating going to the polls. And it basically is whoever gets their people out. That's who's going to be our representative. And once you have somebody in place, once somebody's won it, trying to unseat an incumbent. So you need to know who you're voting for on this, guys. And this is super important, but it's going to be on August 28th, 6 to 9 p.m., and they're at the center. I forgot to mention that. But it's a candidates forum, says the event's going to have the dinner, candidates forum, and they're going to have a straw poll that's going to be taken by the attendees, or those that are in attendance. So it's going to be really a great opportunity. They're going to have an open from the current Republican chairman, Christine Apple, and then we're going to have Robertson County Sheriff Department's officers are going to lead a presentation of the colors and the pledge by our Sheriff Michael Van Dyke. Senator Kerry Roberts is going to serve as the moderator. So that's going to be a good opportunity just to find out what else going on there. But again, it's going to be a really informative night, and do your very best to be there if you possibly can. And that is, again, the candidate forum for who will replace Dr. Mark Green, and it's happening at the Reagan Day dinner next week, August 28th at the center, and the doors will open at 5 o'clock, but the dinner starts at 6, and they will have a straw poll. That's a very important thing that's going to be going on. The district has changed. You know, we had John Rose for a long time was our representative. That's who I ran against when I ran for Congress. And when they redistricted, it shifted quite dramatically. We had been in a district that involved the Upper Cumberland. It was a vast district, and this one would be a lot easier to campaign in for sure because it's a little closer to home. And had I not already dipped my toe in the political waters years ago, this might have caught my attention, but good Lord says I don't have to do that anymore. So I don't have any intention of getting back involved in politics unless he just makes me. But I don't see that happening. But anyway, that's some of the things that you're going to find in your connection if you go and pick that up, and just tons of great stuff that you're going to learn about. Bill Jones has articles. I'm not sure if he's got one in here. I haven't had time to flip through it too much this morning, but because I just picked this up last night. But Bill Jones has been doing articles in the connection, and that is going to be just a blast getting to see him. If you've never listened, I mean, if you've been listening to these airways, you've heard Bill because he's on here with me all the time. Yes, he does have an article in here. Bill Jones, no matter what is said, everybody is aging. That sounds interesting, brother. And so we're gonna take a look at that one. But Bill is a wonderful treasure here in town with all of his historical information. So now you can read him in the connection. How fun is that? But check that out. Other stuff going on around town. This is Wednesday, so that means that Lee Marie will be popping in here with her opportunity to talk to you about all the things going on with the Go Show. So she'll give you a complete calendar here momentarily. But y'all can come on in and sit down. I'm just going kind of through a community calendar. So come on in, make yourself at home. Oh, come on. They're all being shy. But all right, they're going to come on in and sit down and make yourself comfortable just real quick. One other thing I wanted to mention before we transition into what we're doing this morning, Lee Marie's Sock Hop is coming up, and that is this Friday. It is from 6:30 to 8:30, and they gave away some tickets yesterday. But you're going to get a chance to learn some cool dances and just have a lot of fun. If you've not spend any time dancing, it's great exercise, and Lee Marie can teach us. She's taught so many people, but it's 6:30 to 8:30, and that is happening this week on Friday at the Well in the Square, which is there. If you go in Crossroads Christian and you go, they're having in the big room down behind Crossroads Christians where this event's happening. Now she has another space there that they do exercise classes and specialty dance classes, but that's where this is happening. You can get advance tickets for $10 at Crossroads, or you can spend $20 at the door and come on in and join them. But it'll be a whole lot of fun, and I hope you will join them. We've got Zachary Clark is with us this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and turn your mic up and say, pull that microphone onto you. I'm pulling you in a few minutes early. Go ahead. You're going to have to talk. You're going to have to get right on that one.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that one is a little bit low. This one's a little bit louder, but we'll let Candace have that one. So, hi. How are you doing?
Great.
I'm LaVern.
I'm Zach. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. And it was so funny because Ryan said we're going to send our new public affairs coordinator, Zachary Clark, in. And so how long have you been in this position? You're new?
I'm new, yeah, just 5 months.
Okay.
So new on the job, and
yeah, lean in on that mic.
okay.
Yeah.
How's this?
Yeah.
Let me get a little closer.
There we go.
Here.
Yeah, that one we've got to stay right on top of it. Go ahead. So when did you take on this position?
I believe it was March. So
Okay.
about 5 months ago. New on the job, new resident here in Springfield.
Awesome.
Moved here about a year ago. So yeah, great.
Well,
work.
where are you from?
I am from the West Coast originally.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
No, I tell everybody, when you come in here, you just pretend you're sitting on the porch and we're just talking. We're getting to know you. Because, I mean, this is a small town. We like to know people, and we just kind of like to, and it's always fun kind of finding out people's backstory. So what brought you to this area?
Well, initially, we were attracted to Nashville. My wife's a musician, so that put Nashville on our radar, but we didn't want to live in the city. We wanted to live
Gotcha.
outside of the city, and kind of stumbled on Springfield. We lived in a couple areas in Middle Tennessee, stumbled on Springfield, and just sort of fell in love with the downtown. And
It's fun, isn't it?
yeah, so the historic district saw a lot of potential, and
Yeah.
ended up moving here, and job opened up, and yeah, just
I love
Kinda
it.
How it happened.
Well, welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So, and how's the wife's career going? Is she making connections?
It's going. It's a little bit on pause right now. We just had a son. He's
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, he's about getting close to a year old, so everything's kind of on pause with that. But
There you go.
She's got a few other things going on too. But yeah,
Well,
she'll
good
get
luck
back
to
into
her.
music.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's just part of who we are here. The amazing talent here is just so fun, and it's just fun just to see. So
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
country music, I'm assuming.
Yeah, country singer songwriter, folk, country, other influences. But
Fun.
yeah,
Awesome. There's just so many people you need to meet. If you met Crooked Eye Tommy Marsh,
I have not.
he's
no.
somebody from out west. I'm assuming California. Are you from California? Okay.
Yep.
Everybody's
one
like,
of
I'm
those.
from California. I'm one of the California refugees. We like to call y'all. I'm just teasing.
Yeah.
But
Get a lot.
Tommy, well, the woman who's coming in here that does the next show is from California as well. We've got so many of you.
Yep, I know.
So many of you. And it's so funny. And but Tommy is a blues player. And I mean, just award-winning, big time blues player. And he's local now, and he came from Cali. And y'all need to meet. I mean, if your wife plays music, you need to meet the other musicians around town that are really, doing it. So
Yeah, absolutely.
but he's a great guy, and I'm sure you hear that all the time. There's so many. I mean, but it's wonderful. It's wonderful. So good luck to your wife. That's fabulous, and congratulations on this. Is this your first kid?
It is. Yeah. First
Okay.
kid. Yeah.
That's great. Well, very good. Well, that's his backstory, guys. So I just wanted to say hi and just say, welcome to Robertson County.
Appreciate
So,
it. Yeah.
in public affairs, so what exactly I do you handle the social media aspects of it?
I do.
So
yeah.
what all does your job entail?
Basically, all the communications needs for the city. Social media is a big part of it. Marketing. I also serve as the PIO for the city, so that's handling media inquiries, things of that nature.
PIO as what is
Public
it?
information officer, just like a general term for
Okay.
fielding media requests and.
I'm a teacher. Acronyms are just fly, and so I just like to clarify them for everybody. When you throw out, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like,
no,
but
for sure,
anyway,
yeah.
that's okay. So you're the public information officer. If anything goes on, you're going to be the one that they're going to call and make a statement, that kind of thing.
That's right. Yep.
Okay.
Press releases,
Gotcha.
all sorts of communication materials. But
Awesome. So is this a position that is new, or is it one that we've had for a while?
yeah. We've had it for a while. I think maybe 5-ish years, something like that.
Mhm.
So, I think, I think 2020, somewhere around then, they opened up the position. I think they've had a few people over the years.
Okay, because I'm not sure it wasn't, because I thought we had a social media person, or do we still have a social media person, or is
It's
that
just
all
one and the
just
same.
one and the same? Okay, because I had it, and it may just be that I had it mislabeled, but now do we still have a tourism coordinator?
We do, yeah. So
'Cause that was my friend Ace, and then she went back to United Way, and so who is our tourism person then?
her name is Maddie McCormick. She started
Okay.
on the same day as me. So
Oh, okay.
she's also new.
Okay.
And you might have her in here one day.
Yeah, I would
soon.
love to.
But so she's running the tourism department, and so the Real Springfield page and social media accounts. That's her. That's our tourism brand.
Gotcha.
And then the city of Springfield is the city.
Okay,
page, yeah.
because we're all really excited about what we have, and it's something that is I was just talking to Mayor Vogel yesterday about we all just see the potential of the downtown. Is how can we let people see it like Bell Buckle and Franklin and. They ain't got nothing on us. That's the thing we keep saying. And those are places, I don't know if have you visited them, the different areas that are kind of iconic, touristy kind of places?
I have visited many of them, and I always
Okay.
kind of feel like our downtown has just a better vibe architecture-wise.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's like, so what can we do to tap that? Because I've been there and I'm like, we've got Springfield. And so how do we, really, like I said, market that and let people see? Because we know that's essential to keeping our county vital, keeping our cities vital, because we love those tourist dollars because then they go home. We don't have to worry about the infrastructure with tourists so much, but so I know that it sounds like you are really, really pushing hard to try to find that thing, right? To try to find that hook.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and Maddie can speak to all our tourism efforts,
Okay.
but I mean, events is certainly a big thing
Mm-hmm.
that we have to bring people downtown and create buzz and help out our businesses there. And I was hoping I could talk a little bit about some of our upcoming events
Of course.
today. And
Of
First
course.
Friday is obviously a big one, but
Yep.
a lot of it just has to happen organically too, with businesses that move in and doing what we can
Okay.
to facilitate, good environment for them. But
Sounds good.
yeah, yeah,
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited to see. I mean, anytime you bring new eyes and new ideas in, it's an opportunity for, the next thing, the next thing. So, and I mean, and anybody that's been here, I've been here since I got to Robertson County in 1992. And I've seen the potential forever. And you just always have things, you're just like, okay, we got to, it's to, talking about the music industry, it's finding that hook, right? So you said you have events coming up. You want to start there? Let's start with some of the events coming up.
sure,
Okay,
yeah.
let's start there. Since we said hi, it took us a few minutes.
So First Fridays, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Next one's coming up on September 5th, so right around the corner again.
Mm-hmm.
And live music this month, we've got Beach Brothers. Should be familiar to a lot of folks. They're kind of a classic rock cover band out of Nashville, so Rolling Stones, Beatles, Santana, a lot of songs from that era. And then all the usual elements, artisan vendors, food trucks, children's activities. So it should be a good time. We had a real big turnout for our August First Fridays. I think maybe one of our biggest ever, tied for it, somewhere around there. About 4,000 people came out. So
Wow.
that
That's amazing.
yeah, it was packed streets. A lot of great photos you can find on our social media from that. But yeah, that was a great night. Band and Tice played. They're real
Fabulous.
crowd
Yeah.
pleaser, yeah, for sure. And we had them at Freedom Fest as well, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming up on the 5th. And yeah, and if you were at the August 1st Fridays, you probably saw also, I just wanted to mention our new crowd protection tool out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think you talked to city manager about that in some past shows. They're called the Archer 1200 mobile barrier systems, those kind of rectangular ramp-shaped devices that we had set up on either side of the street. So they're there to protect against vehicle threats and things of that nature. So that was kind of the first event that we really had them. We had them at Freedom Fest, but this was the first event that people really took notice of them, and so we got a lot of questions and feedback on that.
Oh, I think they're just when Ryan was telling me about those, I was so pleased because that's been one of the things when I've been at these big events and been at Friday nights. You see they've got like they'll park like a big dump truck or something. They'll have something there, a barrier, but you just anything we can do to prevent the things that you read about across the country.
Right.
And so I just think that's a wonderful addition. I did not get to see those, but that's going to be something I'm going to have to come out. I'm going to have to get to the Friday night market
Yeah.
next week. Make sure, or is it in 2 weeks? 2 weeks from this Friday, I think.
Yeah, I believe- I
the
think it's
calendar
2
is this.
weeks.
Yeah, we got 2 more weeks. I'm a school teacher, so I'm like, it feels like the last 2 weeks have been a month already because it's just so. When you first start the new school year,
Sure,
you just
sure.
kind of it's a little overwhelming. So forgive me but it'll be 2 weeks from Friday when we have our next first Friday night, and we just pray the rain stays away because we can have it because that's the hardest thing about these events is you have so many people put so much into it and then the storms roll in and you're just like so we'll just keep praying right now for the rain to stay away and it be just a perfect event. So
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, and you mentioned the dump truck. Some cities do that for crowd protection, but it's a little bit of an eyesore. So the great thing about these, you don't have that downside, and you still have easy pedestrian access. You can set them up in under 10 minutes. So they have a lot of great benefits. And when we announced them a couple weeks ago, we've had some media interest, and a couple police departments I know have talked to our chief about maybe getting them in their community. So.
They make sense.
Yeah,
they make
really do.
absolute sense. I looked them up whenever Ryan first started talking about it, and I was so impressed with them. I had never heard of them, and I've seen you see the dump trucks and obstructions and things put in all kinds of events in smaller cities. Seems like I remember us doing those kinds of things here, but maybe I don't know. I can't remember. And this has been years ago when you just first started trying to maneuver and kind of figure out how to keep people safe. Because I
Right.
mean, there's I'm older, so I've had to watch that transition of trusting to not trusting, and you just have to adapt and go on. But I'm tickled that we have those. I think that's going to be great. How's the parking situation with the downtown with our First Friday Night Market? Has that been working pretty well? I know some secret places I park when I come, so I don't want to say, but
Yeah, I
but
think
how's the parking? How are we coping with parking?
I mean, it can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes with the bigger crowds. I mean, we're constrained by just, we only have so many spots, but there's a few public parking lots there. Some, if you get there a little bit later, you might have to walk a few blocks, but yeah, that's,
Are we allowed to utilize parking like in the, say, can you park at the CVS parking lot and those kinds of things? Do the businesses cooperate pretty well? If I mean, I hadn't even thought about that because I mean, I not that I've tried to do that, but has that been some kind of a conversation where you can utilize, say, a few of the spaces and some of the businesses around like that, or
yeah, I'd have to double check on that. I think some businesses, it sort of depends.
Right.
But yeah, typically no.
yeah, you don't want to do
Yeah,
that to a
exactly.
business, out of just
I think in some
courtesy, common
instances,
courtesy, really.
I think in some instances they've given permission, but
Right.
really we mentioned the public parking lots.
Yeah.
And there's a few, and there's some that maybe people aren't quite aware of that they're just a little bit further away.
Well, one of the best places is down there by the Covenant Church, that big parking lot that's right there. I mean, that's where we gather before parades and all of that. It's that space that's just kind of down from the railroad tracks, and there's that big, huge parking lot. That one is a huge one that I know a lot of us utilize whenever we're trying to get to events. But well, what else have you got? You got we've got the First Friday Night Market coming up. What else do we have coming up?
We've also got Citizens Police Academy. So
Oh, okay.
not an event, a program, 9-week program, but that's a real popular program. It just gives kind of a behind the scenes look at the law enforcement department, how they operate, can interact with the officers, informational classes, trainings. You can drive a squad car, shoot firearms at the range.
Fun.
So yeah, it's fun and informative. Everyone I've ever talked to says how memorable it is. So. So that's coming up on September 25th. We're taking applications right now through September 5th for that.
So what is the time commitment? Because that's always been an issue. My husband's one of the criminal justice teachers over at Springfield, and he would love to do this. But it's the time constraints. Do you know what kind of a time commitment you're looking
It's
at?
a couple hours on Thursday evenings.
Okay.
There's 2 Saturday sessions in there as well. But yeah, it's primarily on Thursday evenings. So
Okay. How would
that-
somebody that would want to apply? How would you do that?
yeah, if you want to apply, if you just go over to springfieldtn.gov.
Yeah, get up on
I'm
that
sorry.
microphone. No, you're fine. People tend to just kind of start drifting back.
Yeah,
You get a
yeah.
little more comfortable and you start kind of leaning back. But yeah, stay up on that microphone for me.
All right, here I am. I'm back.
There you go. There you go.
Springfieldtn.gov, and if you just
Okay.
go over to the police department page, there's a tab on the left for the Citizens Police Academy. All the information
Okay.
is there. There's a link to an online application. If you want to do a paper application and submit that, there's a link for that as well. So
Will all the particulars about when they're meeting and all that be on there
Absolutely.
as well? Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because I think that's something that he's looked into it 2 or 3 times and he's wanted to do it and just couldn't make it work. But I don't know, that might be on his wheelhouse this fall, especially since he's teaching criminal justice, is to have that experience and just be able to carry that back to the students. I think that would be a lot of fun.
yeah,
So,
absolutely.
do you know how many that they include in the class? How many are allowed to be in that class?
I think you can get up to maybe 15 or 20. I'll have to double
Okay.
check on that, but I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, about 15 or 20. Okay. Well, there you go. You better apply because I have a feeling it will pack up and fill up very quickly. We're talking with our new public affairs coordinator, Zachary Clark. He has been with us since about springtime, and he joined the staff up at Springfield City. You're used to hearing Ryan Martin in here. He had event that he had, or he had a meeting that he had to be a part of this morning. So we appreciate you coming in. And I know that Candace is around here somewhere. We'll probably get her in there. I can hear her on the phone or something. So I don't know if she's wanting to come in or if she's just hanging out. So Candace, if you want to join us anytime, you're just welcome to come on in here. But I am going to pause for just a minute. I need to do one of my sponsor ads. And we said that we wanted to talk about Bernard Farms Custom Cuts and Market. One of the big things that Julie wants to make sure that you don't forget is that fall on the farm is just a huge deal with them. And they love to celebrate fall, and they have got their Fall on the Farm event that's going to be coming up. And it is on Saturday, October 11th from 9 to 3. Saturday, October 11th, 9 to 3. It's a free event. They're going to have hay rides, and they're going to have vendors and food trucks, live music, bounce houses, corn pit, farm store. This is probably whenever Julie and Steve, their farm, before they opened the big store, they were on the Discover Experience Robertson County tour. And so and she's been a friend forever, and just love her. She's just funny and fun, and if you know Julie, you know what I'm talking about. But we went out to see them, and I had never been to their farm store. At the time, they had just a small store there where they sold the meat that they raised, but somebody else was processing it for them. But they had the little corn pit, and they had pigs you could pet, and my grandson I couldn't get him out of there. He absolutely loved it. And so you're going to have that kind of an experience again, Fall on the Farm. And again, it's free. It's on October 11th, again, 9 to 3, 7536 Clay Gregory Road out in Orlinda. And you'll just have the best time if you get out there with your family. Now, also, we want to remind you that they've got the Pastor to Plate dinner coming up. And you're going to want to get your tickets for that because that will sell out. It's on September 19th. And they're going to have just everything from their farm that, from the fresh produce to, of course, the meat that they raise and process themselves. It's just going to be a wonderful time. But it's Pastor to Plate, and you can go to the Bernard Farms Custom Cuts and Market social media page and find out all about that. But that date is on September 19th. You're going to want to get your tickets for the Pastor to Plate dinner, and it will be a wonderful time. Just celebrating one of the wonderful independent businesses here in Robertson County. We love them at Bernard Farms Custom Cuts and Market. Their fall hours, remember, they're closed on Sunday and Mondays right now. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 7 to 4. You can pop by and have breakfast with them. They'll have whatever you need for breakfast and while it lasts. And then you can also go by and have lunch with them as well. But again, 7 to 4 are their hours, Tuesday through Saturday right now. They have, they're doing pork this week. So sausages, everything that goes with they're cutting pork. Said that you can pick up some fresh pork at the store. They've got brats. And the tobacco is firing. So it's just like, oh my gosh, when you go out there and you've got the smoking barns and all that, it's just fun. It's just a fun event, just a fun place to go and visit. 7536 Clay Gregory Road in Orlinda, Bernard Farms Custom Cuts and Market. And always tell them U-Turn sent ya. Getting back into what we have going on, do you have any other events you want to cover, or do we want to go on to see about the things from the alderman meeting, the mayor and alderman meeting last night? What do you want to transition to?
Sure. I got a couple more events, and then I'll
right
hit
ahead.
a few highlights from the board meeting last night.
Okay, sounds good.
But just sticking with the police department related events, they got another one coming up on September 11th. It's a Battle of the Badges blood drive. So that's in honor of September 11th, the heroes of 911.
Right,
and so,
right.
Kind of the impetus there is, of course, to collect blood and save lives. That's the main cause. But a lot of people want to show their appreciation for their local first responders when 9/11 anniversary comes around, and people sometimes give gifts, cakes, cookies, things of that nature. And the department this year is just asking folks to show their appreciation by giving back to the community by donating blood.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is.
The unique thing about this blood drive too is all the blood that's donated stays right here in Robertson County. So, if you participate, you're helping a neighbor, potentially saving a neighbor's life, and one donation can save up to 3 lives. So that's quite a stat there. It's hard to have a bigger impact than that in about 20 minutes, 30 minutes of your time. So, Battle of the Badges blood drive. It's called Battle of the Badges. There's sort of a friendly competition element there. You can cast a vote for your favorite law enforcement department when
Okay.
if you donate, and they'll have a little competition on that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, look at our social media accounts. The next few days, we'll have all the details, links to sign up. You can walk into, but that's September 11th at the center. That's our building right behind City Hall. Battle the Badges blood drive. So
Okay. And you say so you can pre-register, but you can walk in. But if you
That's
can,
right.
anytime you go to something like that, guys, they need to kind of know what to expect. And so if you can go on and register, please do so. And sometimes you're like, well, I just am not sure if I can. Then don't hesitate, go by as well. But try to pre-register. What else?
absolutely, yeah, we do. It's a big help if you pre-register, but walk-ins are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Also wanted to mention Free Movie Fridays. We have our last one of the season coming up on September 19th. We're going to show Inside Out 2 animated
fun.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's Martin Luther King Jr. Park, food trucks, and that's the last one of the season. We had a pretty good turnout for the one last week, and then the June event, real good turnout for that one. The first one, and then we had about 200 people come out.
Oh,
for
that's
that.
awesome.
So,
How do they set that up? Because do they set it up to where you can sit in the stands and watch, and they put it
It's-
out on the on the track, like the projector and stuff?
sort
I'm
of
kinda
behind the
wondering.
track. It's they set it up. There's just that grassy area in front of the splash pad in the playground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can just post up there, bring a blanket, a
So
lawn
bring
chair.
your own chairs and things
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So I didn't know if they utilized the stands or not.
No, not the stand. It's
Okay.
on the grass.
It's on the grass. But that's wonderful. I mean, what a wonderful, what a great idea.
It's a really nice setup. You have the splash pad in the playground right there, so the kids can kind of go back
yeah.
and forth. Unfortunately, this time in the year, though, the splash pad, the hours change a little bit, so it's going to have to close at 6 by the time that this movie comes around.
Just speaking of the splash pad to chase a rabbit, does it close Labor Day? Or do
Yeah,
you
it
know?
does.
I can
It does.
get Terry in here and talk to him. I need to get him in for a visit soon, and just get all the clarifications about it. But I think,
Sure.
I think that the Labor Day's it. So if I'm not mistaken, but
Starting on the second, too, like I said, it goes from closing at 7 to 6, but
okay,
it'll still be open every day at 10 a.m.
okay,
And the playground is normal hours, too. So for Free Movie Friday, if you want to get there a little early, you can hit the splash pad at the playground. You got your whole Friday itinerary planned out for you.
there you go.
Kids,
Good
so.
times, good times. What else do you have?
And then speaking of Labor Day, I just wanted to mention, since we always get questions on this, all city offices, of course, close on Labor Day itself. And then with holidays, we always have trash collection changes. So if you're a Monday, if you get your trash collected on Monday, that's going to switch over to Wednesday, September 3rd on the week of Labor Day. So just wanted to
Okay, always.
heads up on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll still get calls. You know you will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You'll
that
still
can't
get
be
calls.
avoided. Maybe a couple less calls this time. But and then the last thing I just wanted to mention before we cover the meeting last night is Garner Street Park Playground. Yeah, we had a great opening a couple weeks ago. A lot of people have had a chance to enjoy it. A lot of great feedback. But yeah, unfortunately, it is closed again temporarily. Just our contractors just fine tuning a few details. And so just for safety, we have to keep it closed while that work wraps up. But shouldn't be too much longer, we hope. And I just wanted to note that the rest of the park is still open during this time. So
Okay.
a lot of other great new additions, new pickleball courts,
Oh yeah.
new resurfaced tennis courts. They resealed the parking lot the other day.
Okay. I'll get Terry in here. We haven't
Real
had a
thorough,
visit in a while, so I'll reach out to him in the next day or so and try to get him on the schedule, because we need to hear. I mean, it's just that time of the year, because I'm assuming we have fall ball and all that kind of thing going. I don't know what all we have going on, so we'll get an update from him. And I mean, before we blink, they'll be getting ready for Christmas stuff out at the, at Travis Price. That happens. You haven't been here for the Christmas event yet, have you?
I've not, no.
Oh, get
Yeah.
ready.
But yeah,
It's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. And our Christmas parade. See, these are all things you're going to get to witness for the first time.
oh yeah.
So that's cool. Listen, if you're in love with the county already, you're going to love it around here at Christmas, because with our light up parade and stuff that we do at night, it's just so special.
Yeah.
It's different. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun stuff. So what else? Do you have any other events we need to talk about?
I think that covers it for events.
Okay, well, very good. And so I don't know. I thought Candace was going to come in here and say hi, but she does not have to. I don't know if she's being shy on us today, but Candace Tillman is our assistant city manager, and I've seen her out there on the phone. She's taking care of business. So if she pops in to say hi, that'll be fine. Otherwise, we will definitely just continue on and let Zachary cover our events from the mayor and alderman meeting. You go by Zach or Zachary?
Zach, but Zachary's
Zachary's
fine
fine.
too. Yeah,
'Cause- okay, but you do go by Zach.
yeah, yeah.
These are things school teachers clarify, because you have these, you have these names, and the kids are like, well, no, I go by my middle name. I go by, but anyway, I don't know too many people that go by Zachary, but
Yeah. We're all Zacharys, but I think we just tend to go by Zach. Shorter, easier.
I have a Jedediah, and he likes to shorten his. Some people will shorten it to Jed, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I bet your mama calls you Zachary. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding you. I'm just
it was
kidding
always Zach.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just teasing. I'm just teasing.
But Zachary's on the birth certificate.
There you go. And we need to pause and take another break, and then we'll continue on, and we'll transition over to the events of the mayor and alderman's meeting. But I do, of course, who we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. What have you got going on in the real estate area? My husband, he is the criminal justice teacher, one of the criminal justice teacher at Springfield, but he also has gotten behind the wheels of a bus again, because he started out as safety coordinator for the transportation department, is how he got involved with the district. So he's back driving a bus, and if you would like, we need bus drivers so bad. So many teachers are getting on those buses and, just taking care of doing dual duty. But one of the things that we have found intriguing while he's been out driving the bus is he's seeing properties that are for sale that he did not know that were for sale. We've had Barry and Rebecca kind of keeping an eye on the property just above our property line, because we're interested if anything that backs up to us ever goes for sale, because we don't have any road frontage on the backside of our property. And so we've been keeping an eye on that, but there's one that's kind of close that he noticed the other day. So that's one of the things I'm going to be reaching out to Barry and Rebecca and saying, okay, I don't know that this one joins us, but it might be really close. And just kind of making those inquiries. You need a realtor when you want to know, hey, what's going on. I know another friend said their neighbor is selling their property, and when that happens, you're like, hey, maybe I'm interested in that. You want to keep up to date on those things. Barry and Rebecca can help you keep watch on all of the things that are happening around you. Or if you decide you want to sell, they can make sure that you're packaged up just perfectly to where when people are flipping through, looking at the things that, make your property stand out, they're going to pop off the page, because Barry, being from a marketing background, he is going to take perfect photography. He's going to be able to do the videography, the walkthrough tours, the drone footage, all the things that you need to make sure that your property is seen in the best light and has the most potential at getting sold for top dollar. Now, when it comes to buying, if you come to the table and you need to know first and foremost, how much property, how much home can I buy? And they're going to look at your budget. They're going to help you with it. If you're going to possibly live across the state line in Kentucky and work in Tennessee, you've got to figure in that state income tax is going to affect your bottom line when it comes to how much home you can buy. They are the whole package. They are great in their industry. They've been at it a long time. Rebecca, one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. Barry, coming out of a marketing background, it's just priceless when it comes to what they do together. He is the broker here in the Springfield office. She has an agency office up in White House, and together they are Exit Prime Realty. You can connect with them at 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425, or go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy BUYRobertsonCounty.com. Always please let them know U-Turn sent you. And moving on to the mayor and alderman meeting last night. What did y'all get done? This is our new public affairs coordinator, Zachary Clark, filling in for Ryan Martin this morning. What else did you have going on?
Yeah, so it was a relatively short meeting last night, but a couple highlights worth mentioning. The board approved funding for the city's contribution to a great program. It's called TVA Home Uplift Program. That's administered by the Tennessee Valley Authority, and it's just it's intended to help low-income households upgrade their energy in their house and hopefully cut down on their utility bills. So if you're a qualifying house, you can get up to $10,000 just for free to repair and or replace an HVAC, for example, or window replacement, window sealing, all sorts of other projects.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you could be an owner or a renter. You just have to have your name on the utilities and be below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines. So I think that comes out to like $50,000 a year if you're a family of three, for example. So So if you qualify, you can just go on the TVA website, punch in the name of the program, Home Uplift, and there's a straightforward application process there. You can apply anytime.
Okay. Has that been around a long time?
It's been around some years. I don't know exactly how
Okay.
many, but I think to
I'm
date,
sure Ryan's probably mentioned it and it just slipped my mind, but
yeah, I'm sure. I think to date the program has contributed something like over 500,000 to local families.
that's great.
So this year the board approved 53,000. I think TVA is going to kick in about 17,000. So that program will go on. So
Very
yeah.
good. That's outstanding.
Yeah, that's a great program. And another item from last night is the board agreed to continue a program that we're in the middle of. It's a partnership with Austin P University to map our water and wastewater infrastructure system. So sort of the first phase was kind of the in the field data gathering, if you will. And so a lot of student workers were out here roaming the streets of Springfield for, I think, 3 to 4 months or so, just kind of identifying valves and hydrants and mapping the whole system. So all that data has been collected. And now we're going to enter a phase 2 where they input all that data in a GIS mapping system. So when all this is said and done, we'll have a much more comprehensive map of the sewer and the water system. Like I said, much more accurate, trackable. And so that's a real big benefit to the city. Mutually beneficial too. The students get a lot of great kind of in the field experience, and yeah, that's just going to help us with just more efficient maintenance of the system, smarter expansion of the system moving forward. So yeah, it's a great partnership.
Right.
We're real happy that that's continuing.
Well, and with the new plant coming in too, I'm sure that's
Right.
crucial. I actually live on the farm that borders the wastewater plant. I'm that farm down at the bottom of the hill if you've been out to the plant. So that's our
Gotcha.
property. So they've been a fabulous neighbor. And I've talked a lot with Ryan about the new plant coming in. And I saw some new utility poles coming in the other day. So I think they're getting close to
Yep.
getting busy out there. So we're real excited to see the improvements. It's going to be, they've been a great neighbor since we've moved here in 92, and it's going to be even better. What they're doing, the improvements that they're making out there. So it's going to be interesting to see. So we're looking forward to that. But this is a crucial part of that. So, as a matter of fact, that's where Ryan's at a easement hearing. That's where he is this morning. And that's just part of it that has to do with our sewers and stuff. So that's part of the job is big, city manager. So we appreciate you, Ryan.
Absolutely.
So what else did you have with the mayor and alderman meeting last night?
And I'll just mention one other thing about that effort too. If we were to go to market for that kind of work, it'd be substantially more expensive too. So
I
it's
can't
really
even
a great
imagine.
great partnership with the university on that.
Very much so.
And then just one other quick update. City manager, Ryan mentioned last night at the meeting too that our sales tax revenue is coming in higher than projected so far in the fiscal year. So we're only a couple months in, but that's always good news. It's good bellwether for the economy, obviously, for our city budget. So a little bit of good news there. And then we had a good feel-good moment last night. We honored our 6U All-Star baseball team coming off of their World Series appearance. They finished runner-up. So they got the state championship. They finished runner-up in the World Series. I was in North Carolina a couple weeks ago. The whole team was there, the coaches, the families. That was a nice moment
So
there.
exciting for those little guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And I bet they had big rings.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's just I have a grandson that plays out in Mount Juliet, and he's gotten a couple of rings, and it's just a hoot. It's just a lot of fun. Honestly, I love that they've gone to that because they're a lot easier than dealing with the little trophies and stuff. Because I mean, I've got 4 boys, and they're all grown men now, and I got all these trophies and stuff everywhere. But those little rings, they can keep them it's just a neat little memento. So I think it's super cute. But I bet they had big old rings on
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
they?
big
I
rings.
love it. I love
That's
it.
what the major leaguers get when they win. So
I know. It's like, there's probably have a little more monetary value. They might have some genuine stones in them, but it's super cute. And congratulations to that team. That is just so exciting. I'm so glad you brought that up. But what else did you have?
Yeah, very endearing. And we presented them too with a sign commemorating the season that's going to get
Nice.
placed on the entrance to the city. So,
Oh, wonderful.
yeah.
Fun
road
stuff,
sign.
guys. Yeah.
Very good. And so that pretty much covers it for the meeting last night.
Wow.
Like I said, it was a pretty brief one. But I also just wanted to mention too, with our board meetings, you can always stream them online on our YouTube channel, on our website as well. And then you can get the agenda is always available a week before, and you can watch the recording anytime. So, we encourage people to do that if they don't want to come in person. And And then if I could just plug real quick, as far as staying informed, our e-newsletter, if you go to springfieldtn.gov, you go to the community tab, the e-newsletter is there. You just punch in your email and we'll give you everything you need to know once a month on as far as an e-newsletter. So that's a really good resource. We'll cover a lot of the topics I've mentioned here today. And then, of course, you got to follow us on social media and Facebook. So.
And stay up to date. Because, I mean, that's, being that there's so many of us that have actual Springfield addresses, but we don't live in the city proper. And so, just like I have, my water service comes from Springfield. And so it's, even though I'm technically in the county, I need that too. I need to know what's going on. Because this is our county seat. So that's something you can subscribe to, whether or not you actually live in the city or, or actually in the downtown area. You want to know what's going on in your county seat. So I encourage you to get that. I get so much good information through those things. So very good. I love it. Anything else you want to throw out here before we finish up? My goodness, we got through it in record time. Ryan and I tend to chase all kinds of rabbits. We've known each other for a while, so we get chit chatty. So you'll get the feels for it, being here. We like to talk and we like to visit. So, we'll ask you all kinds of personal questions. You can always say, well, that's just none of your business. We don't mind. But anyway, but definitely welcome. And if you ever need anything, just let us know here. I'll tell you, there's a question I have for you. I teach audio and video production at Greenbrier High School. And I tell my kiddos, you don't necessarily have to be interested in media, in radio, television, filmmaking. The audio and video touches just every aspect of our lives. From a public affairs coordinator position kind of thing, would you say yes to that? That we all need to have some knowledge of audio and video now because we're such a visual and digital society?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you'd back me up on that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we try and get a lot of video content too on our social media, and we'll be doing more of that increasingly so. And but it's also easier than ever to do video content. Just your iPhone is very high quality. There's a lot of really intuitive video editing softwares out there. You don't have to study too much to get a hang of these days. So
yeah, we have. There's a lot of free programs out there for the kiddos.
Yeah.
We use DaVinci Resolve, and I don't know if you've discovered that one, but you can do so much editing on your phone. You really can. But the reason I say that is the one thing that I have not mastered is the social media aspects. I'm just not good with social media, and I'm trying to get better. And so anytime I meet somebody that's is a lot younger than me that might be able to offer me some insight, I like to pick your brain and just kind of see. So would you consider that social media applications are something that you're pretty good at, expert at? Is that something, I'm kind of building up. Would you want to come talk to my class about social media and the importance of it in today's society and things like that?
Yeah,
would that be something you would?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Could you give us some tips?
Yeah, just you got to be active all the time. Mix up the type of media. Video is always great. Reels on Instagram and Facebook. Use all the features, basically stories. People and post at different times of the day. People, access content in all the different ways. So I think that's one of the big things. Just utilize all the different features.
Okay. Now, what about TikTok?
We are not on TikTok.
Okay.
We're primarily on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, but really it's most of our residents are on Facebook. So
yeah,
we're and that platform is more conducive to just all the different types of content that we want to put out there too. Some of the other ones can be a little more limiting, but we try and stay active on those three. But most of our residents are on Facebook, so that's the one I'd recommend. If you're just on one social media and you want to follow us, that's the one I'd recommend people go to. But
I'm interested in hearing that because again, I hear from a lot of younger people that we don't do Facebook, but it's still such a major platform, and even as these kids graduate from high school and get on out in the world, they're going to see they need a Facebook presence so they can stay up to date on what's going on, like their hips. The hip sites like Hip Springfield and just different, just those kinds of things. But I was just curious to see which social medias y'all were on. So
Yeah, I know that
Okay,
Facebook
interesting.
is a little passe for some of the younger people in terms of like, showing their own life or connecting
Yeah.
with friends. But as far as like following a city government, it's still, in my opinion,
best.
the best platform because it just, like I said, you can a much bigger variety of content.
Awesome.
You could, yeah.
Very good. I appreciate your insight in that. Like I said, as a teacher, I couldn't let you get out of here without asking the question. So thank you. You've been wonderful, and
Thank you.
very nice to meet you. And you're welcome anytime. Come with Ryan and tell him I said hey, and tell him you did a great job. I even pulled you in here early, and you didn't run out of stuff to talk about. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was great being here.
Nice meeting you, Zachary. And that is
too.
again Zachary Clark. He is our public affairs coordinator at the city of Springfield. And thank you for joining us. Be sure and stay tuned because we've got another full hour of local programming coming up with my friend Lee Marie, another Californian. You need to say hi, Zachary, out there. So when you go say hi. But anyway, she'll be coming in here with another full hour of local programming with The Ghost Show. Stick around. This is 1100 WSGI. I hope you will have a fabulous day.